Hello, my name is Nate Tepper, and I'm a graduation specialist here at Washington Virtual Academies. Today I'm going to show you how you can access your graduation plan and how to navigate and interpret it. To start off, log into your account like you normally would. Once you're logged in, you'll go to the top right and you'll see this chain link icon. You can click on that and then you'll go down to My Graduation Plan. This is the same whether you're logged in as a student or a learning coach. You click on this and it'll open a new tab, loading you into your graduation plan. To start, we'll look on the left-hand side here and see 24 credits required. This is a Washington State requirement and is the same for all students. Moving to the right, we'll see the credits earned column. This is how many credits you have earned through the courses you have taken. And you'll see here that this student has earned 28.5 credits, which is higher than the 24 credits required. However, when you go to the right, you'll see that they still need 2.5 credits to graduate. This is because there are certain subject requirements that have to be met. So this student likely has an excess in one type of subject, but still needs 2.5 in other subjects. To the right of this, we have the credits earned not counted column. This is for courses that are potentially failed courses or courses that were incomplete, marked with an I, which is something that happened a fair bit as a result of COVID last school year. Sometimes we also have classes that are duplicated and due to technical errors cannot be removed from the graduation plan. We may mark those classes then to just not count for credit so that you're not getting double the credit for a class that you only took one time. And then finally over here on the far right, we have credits needed on plan. This number hopefully is at 0 for you, but sometimes there's more work that needs to be done on the plan or other reasons why we can't quite get that number down to 0. It's nothing to be concerned about though, and there's no need to contact your graduation specialist over it. Then below that here, we start to have what's kind of like a transcript view, showing each school year that a student has done, the courses they've taken, what subject those courses were, the grade they earned for those classes, and the number of credits earned. This student is already finished their freshman year, so we can see that they've earned 6 credits, and they have 0 credits in progress, 0 credits not started, and 0 credits not counted. This will continue on as we move on to their sophomore year, which they've also already completed here, and same with their junior year. Each grad plan looks a little unique because it's suited to what you've done. This student is in running start, so it looks a little different here in their junior year compared to their previous school years because they're now doing college courses on a quarter system instead of a semester system. Then as we move down into their senior year, which is what they are, we can see that we have a course that's in progress, which is denoted with a blue. This is a course that this student is taking at Washington Virtual Academies this current semester. We also have courses that are listed like here as not started, and you'll notice that it's gray. We call these placeholders, and so in this case, we know that this student is enrolled in this class through running start, but since it's not a class that's being taken at Washington Virtual Academies, we can't mark it as in progress. So instead we have it as not started, and once it's complete, it'll have its letter grade here and it'll turn green and have the credit value. Any courses that are failed are in kind of a pinkish red color and have an F here. As we scroll down further, we can see additional courses. And here we have Washington State History. This student took this course probably in middle school, and that's why it's here. Some classes in middle school can count for high school credit, and you may see other courses if you've done those here. And if you have any questions about that, you can reach out to your graduation specialist. You'll also notice this fast attendance here. This is something that we can't actually remove. It's just something that's kind of a part of the plan. It's nothing to be worried about. It doesn't actually show up on your transcript, so this grade of C and 0 credits is not anything that you need to be worried about. Finally, at the bottom here, we have the additional requirements. Right now, we just have 4 items here: the high school and beyond plan, state testing for math and ELA, and Washington State history. This student has completed all of those, But on your plan, you may either see in progress or not started, depending on where you're at with each of these. Starting next school year, we will have more information down here that reflects current graduation requirements better. These will not be new requirements, but rather things that are just currently not indicated in this section. Now we'll scroll back up to the top, and we're going to change it to subject. In this view, we'll get a lot better picture painted of what you still need to graduate. So again, looking at the left, we have a subject column here where we see each of the subjects and then a total line down here. Then moving one column to the right, we have credits required, and this will be the same for all students because again, ultimately this adds up to 24 credits. Where it starts to become unique to you is when we move over to the right and we see credits earned. This is where you can see the courses that you've taken and how they've met each subject requirement. Then if you go over to the right again, this will be credits in progress. This is what you're currently doing. So again, this student we saw earlier is taking a history class, and that's reflected here with this 0.5 credits in progress for history. And that's their only class that they're currently in progress with at WAVA. We also know they're running start students. So if we look over at the next column with the credits not started, we see they have 1 credit here not started and 2 in the personalized pathway. They are most likely in progress with these courses right now, but since we couldn't mark those as in progress due to running start, they'll just go eventually from credits not started to credits earned. And then like on the first page that we looked at, the credits needed on plan is hopefully at 0, but it's nothing to be concerned about if it's not. Below this, we can now see the actual courses taken for each subject. So here in the Career and Technical Education, we only need to earn 1 credit, which is a total of 2 classes. And this student has earned that 1 credit by completing computer literacy and C++ programming. Now if we scroll down further, we go to the electives, and we see here that there's a total of 4 elective credits required, but this student has earned 11. That explains why they have the excess that puts them at 28.5 out of the 24 count needed. But when we go down further, we see that here in the history, they've currently earned 1.5, and then they have that 0.5 in progress from WAVA and the 1 credit placeholder for their running start course. So that helps show why, even though they're at 28.5 credits out of 24, that they still have a little bit of work that they've got to complete. Each subject here is shown with their requirements and the subjects, the courses that they have taken to fulfill their subject requirements. And then at the bottom, it just mirrors again the additional requirements from the previous page. One thing I would like to note while we're here is personalized pathway requirements. For the grad plan, we've combined the world languages section with half of the fine arts section. And we've done that because personalized pathway requirements, or PPR for short, are courses that relate to a student's post-high school plans. And all of your 2.0 credits of world language can be met with PPR courses, and half of the 2 credits you need in fine arts can also be met with PPR courses. So here, this student is taking Spanish. We have a placeholder here for the Spanish 1, which they've also now completed. So at some point, we will remove this placeholder Spanish 1 for them. And then they're also taking Spanish 2. So this will fulfill what was the world language requirements, puts them at 2 out of 3 credits earned for the personalized pathway requirement. And then if we look at the art section up here, or fine arts rather, the state requires, as I was mentioning, 2 credits of fine art, but half of that can be met with PPR. So they did a music class that counts as the 1 credit here. And then since they wanted to take something that was more along with their post-high school plans, they did Introduction to Programming, and that will fulfill the remaining fine art credit or personalized pathway requirement credit, depending on how you want to look at it. Personalized pathway courses can either be ones that are very specific to goals. So as an example, if you were wanting to be in the veterinary field, you could take veterinary science here at WAVA and have that count as a PPR instead of a science or an elective. We also have courses that are just kind of like help guide you into adulthood, such as personal finance or achieving your career and college goals. Those can also count as PPR, since they're something that you would still benefit from knowing post high school. I hope all of this information has been helpful. If you have any questions about any of this, you're welcome to reach out to your graduation specialist. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. Have a great day.